Chapter 7. The Four Kingdoms boast two prominent schools for mages, Banard School for sorcerers in Kedwin, and Aretuza School for sorceresses in Temeria. Perhaps one day there will be no need for the segregation of sex, but for now, this is the way it is. As anyone who knows even the slightest about human nature will guess, there has indeed been an ongoing rivalry between the establishments since their conception. The tutors of both schools meet regularly to discuss important issues of magic and its use, and are increasingly interested in the political landscape of the Northern Realms. But mainly, they get together to gossip and boast about their corresponding academies' various successes. I have met many of the boys of Banard, and so I shall bypass any humility and openly state that, academically speaking, the girls outclass the boys almost every year. Yet, the real competition does not lie with exams and assessments. Oh no! Alumni of either school know full well that all bragging rights instead reside with the annual winner of the Clash of Chaos, unofficially dubbed as such by the students. Now, I want a Clash of Chaos event, please. Thank you very much. That's something I'd like. CDPR, thanks. Each year, the two schools meet for a showcase, or, well, showdown, of academic and physical prowess, with the previous year's winner assuming the honour of host. I've lost track of who's won most times, but I can certainly say one thing for sure. It's very close. For any girl of Aretuza, the fact alone brings much joy, as it is well known just how seriously the boys take the competition. So much so, they prioritise training for the Clash above all other academic studies, which probably explains why Aretuza often fares better on that front. Other than the use of magic, there isn't anything extraordinary about the occasion, as I'm sure similar events happen all over the world. Most folks do enjoy a good competition. As things stand, over 3 days the schools engage in various activities and events, ranging from potion making and problem solving to obstacle courses and duelling, the last of which is the most prestigious event and punctuates the end of the games. Points are then tallied up, the winner is awarded the trophy of the gift and the art, or the Clash Cup, and then the schools spend the night feasting, dancing, frolicking and celebrating, or consoling. Truth be told, it's one of the most exciting times of the year, and there was always a lively buzz in the weeks leading up to the event when I was still a student. I'm sure there still is. Although most students participate in the Clash in some capacity, team building is a fundamental part of the experience. The main event does tend to dominate the scene, and that, as tradition dictates, is a one-on-one affair. Naturally, the most prominent student is selected to represent the school as Aretuza Victress or Banard Victor, and both adepts face off in a thrilling, albeit somewhat dangerous, duel. The winner of this final bout also receives a hefty number of points, and so the result of this matchup usually, but not always, corresponds with the overall winner. This, as you can imagine, is a tremendous amount of pressure for the duellers. In my third year at Aretuza, Mistress de Winter chose me to represent the school, much to the dismay of Yana, who had participated as victress the previous 2 clashes. I had witnessed Yana's rage on numerous occasions, yet I had never seen her seethe like when it was announced I'd be representing the school in the tournament's finale. "How can she be the face of Aretuza?" she shrieked. "She hasn't even been beautified." But she wasn't wrong, I hadn't. I still had all the imperfections that made me, well, me. Much to the confusion of my classmates, I never warmed to the idea of magically altering my appearance, so had refused to partake in the beautification process. Yana, however, had taken the first opportunity to do it. I had never seen what she looked like prior, but rumour had it that, before the change, she was speckled all over and had crooked buck teeth. To look at her, she couldn't fathom such a thing, as her pale skin was now porcelain, her smile was portrait perfect, and her long auburn hair would always fall in just the right way to frame her beautiful, symmetrical face. The process, in short, had utterly eradicated any perceivable imperfection. I do wonder what she would look like without her enhancements. Still pretty, I imagine, just more naturally so. Even Kalina, who was usually exceedingly supportive of my choices, had hounded me for days trying to convince me to just give it a go. But I liked being me. I enjoyed gazing upon the looking glass and seeing myself staring back, not some glamorized stranger mimicking my movements. So I refused the process. It's not like I couldn't just alter my appearance later if I changed my mind anyway, so I really didn't see what the fuss was all about. Still, all of Yana's ranting and raving did little to change the course of events. I had been selected, and Clara was not the sort of woman to second-guess her decisions, and certainly not want to change them at the behest of an apprentice. So, that was that. I was to face off against the Bannard's best student at the annual Clash of Chaos tournament. Back then, I was so confident in my abilities that truthfully, the thought of losing never crossed my mind. Not even for a fleeting moment. I believe they call that hubris.